Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, July 17th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. This is our only session today. This trade on crude was unfortunately too early to get. Unleaded, however, did get in sync right in here with this one. So this target one trader's got it done. 47 ticks on the target. 1087 from 1109. 22 ticks on the trailer. So 69 ticks and done. And here's a new trade for target two traders. Another short. $44 ticks positive for target two traders so far. You still had both positions on that trailer. Pound Aussie getting in target one, and the remaining four positions go out at the break-even stop. 1 pip, so 4 pips there, 12 pips minimum on the original target one, 16 total pips. Not a big day. And come back again tomorrow. Soybeans has a get in sync long. YM has gone too far, so we'll look for a new trade there. Micro Russell is flat. Market opening in less than a minute. Crude and unleaded did roll over to September today. All right, Micro Russell with a short trade, now a long trade. That was too fast on the long to so that's an avoided loss. How fast was that short? 11. That's probably an avoidable short too. And we'll take that as such. And so no trades yet on the micro Russell, especially given we got there too quick on the long side as well. Soybeans pulling back in 50 EMA and bouncing. Still haven't had an entry on that unleaded short for target 2 traders. Wow. Micro Russell and the YM going for it. Strong up moves. Possible long trade. Going to be 46 for the entry, and that would be a valid trade. It's above the 50. But not if it closes down. Closes down. It closed down. There's our exhaustion dots, and it pushed down a little further. So, not going to get a valid trade out of this. Well, I say that. No, very highly unlikely. Well, I don't know. We don't get up to, the question is, will we get above the balance line on this bar? Playing right around the 200 EMA. And unleaded did trigger in. Unleaded is short for target 2 traders. Unleaded triggering in just above the 200. It's going to have to work down through that. Soybeans coming back up toward the entry. Right. Nothing new. Unleaded. I'm going to move that out of the way of micro NQ. We'll put it over pound Aussie since that's done. Interesting. Micro Russell and the YM both up strongly. Micro NQ down going into the open. All right, we have a long setup on the micro NQ. I'd push that up a tick, that swing just in front of it. Make it 93 3/4. Yeah. Got a bit of a wick on that one. Yeah. Target one is big enough to be an actionable target. So we'll move the target one on that one. And a short on crude. $65 and a quarter, 65.24. Soybeans triggers into the long. Unleaded is short. Micro NQ is long. Approaching target 1. So long on soybeans, long in the micro NQ, short on unleaded, short on crude, flat on micro Russell and the YM. Target 1 on micro NQ, so that's win on trade number 1. Next goal is target 2. Target 1 was 32.25 points. Target 2 is 54, and we'll be getting close to session high. YM and Michael Russell both pushing to 2 new session highs. Still short on unleaded, long on soybeans, and short on crude. Stop is at break even. We'll move that up to 94 flat since we adjusted the entry a tick. The micro in view. Right. Still nothing new. Squeeze zone keeping us out of the reversal into the long on unleaded. No change on micro NQ. Soybeans progressing toward target 1. And we have a short trade on the YM. Taking heat on crude, on the crude short. All right, 1 close above the balance line on the YM. Micro NQ moving up. New session high on the YM. It's like a 1 tick below the stop. If that bar closes up, that will cancel the short. Micro Russell, that's right. We were not in a trade there. Soybeans to a new session high. And we did cancel the short on the YM. I will note that if you're trading the micro crude, volume has not rolled over. It's still on the August contract, which is makes things a little interesting. Full contract is on September now for us since we follow volume. And the micro is on August, still on August. It will likely to go to September tomorrow. But here's the volume comparison. 60,000 to 40,000 September against August. And micro has 8,800 in August and almost 20,000 or 8,800 in September and almost 20,000 in August. So definitely trade the August contract on the micro, September contract on the full. All right. We had a long setup on the YM that has also canceled. Wow. And micro NQ just hit target 2. Our last actionable target will be target 3. 3 targets and a trailer is on that trade plan. That was another 54 points, 54 3/4. So 33, 87 points on those two targets. And so far we haven't started trailing yet. We're actually going to have to get just a little bit above the session high to start trailing. Short trade on the YM. Second attempt. And I would 677 is the 20 SMA. I would adjust down a couple, actually down 3 ticks to 674. And it did trigger in. So we are short. And we're going to go to target 2 because it's a smaller trade. Crude still taking a lot of heat. Now pulling back down toward the 200 EMA. It's stuck in between the 50 and the 200, so we'll break one way or the other here before too long. Those are pinching together. And we get our target out of that. That's a one and done, believe it or not, on the YM. Micro NQ, or Micro Russell rather, has a short trade. That will be a one and done on YM. We still have the trailing position there. Down one tick. Comes down to 4. YM stopped to 656. Made a 3-tick adjustment on the entry. So 23 ticks to target 2. This is not going to be a big winner, but looks to be a winner anyway. Or definitely is a winner. We're now at, looks like 1 tick above target 2 for the trailer. Target 2 was 51. We're at 52. Yeah. So 22 ticks now on the trailer. And we move down 1 tick. 23 on both. Money management on the Micro Russell trade. And we have started to trail on the Micro NQ trade. Trailer now up above target 1, 137.5. $641, adding another 10 ticks. So that's 23 on target, 33 on the trailer. We're at 56 ticks. It's turning into a nice trade. And soybeans taking some heat now. Trend indicator has turned red, so we could get a short here. And we could get a white short trade on the close of this bar. Unleaded crude still short. Unleaded still short. Micro Russell short. Micro NQ is long. And the YM is still short. Trailer moves down to 432. 632, I'm sorry. Another 9 ticks. $42 ticks on the trailer now. And target 3 win for the Micro Russell. That's win number 1. Trailer at 58.1. Another 9, and there's another move. 9 ticks to 23 is 51. And now to 18 is 56. $79 ticks. Turning into a nice trade on the YM. For a small trade to start with. Looks like we hit target 4 on the nose on the Micro Russell. Stop moves up to 140.5 on the Micro NQ. You could also hold that stop a tick or two below the swing that just set up on that bar. And we did stop out the Micro Russell. And the Micro Y, or the, not Micro, but the YM stops out as well at 618. 56 and 33. 89 ticks. Excuse me, not 79. Long trade on the Micro Russell. Yeah, need to move up one, so not quite at money management yet. 60.6. We did close the bar. And there is our stop and reverse short on soybeans. That's going to be at 19 flat. Sets will tick below the 50. I'll leave it there. I won't move it another tick. 152.25 on Micro NQ. We hit target 3 for another 77.25 points. 87, 150, 164.25. And another win, trailing and target 3. So we will move up to target 4 on the Micro Russell. 2 wins there. Still in the first trade on the Micro NQ, but it's a big winner. We are still long on soybeans. So far, the stop and reverse adjustment keeping us in the trade. YM with a long trade, but we are done on the YM. Crude coming back down toward the entry. Got a float, at least one close below the 200. Micro NQ setting a new session high. And crude back down to the entry. Still 60.4 for the micro Russell trailer. 152.25 for micro NQ trailer. Unleaded, getting very close to money management. Money management's at 1035, and we've gotten as low as 1033. We've got money management. So our stop will come down now. This will be at least a break-even trade. 1081 it looks like. Now we got to work down through the session low. To get to target 2. Still long on soybeans. Stop and reverse adjustment doing its job. Long on the micro Russell. Short on crude. Back up above the entry. YM is done. Unleaded at break even. Pulled back up above money management. Micro NQ. Trailing stop at 152.25. We've hit all 3 of our fixed target positions. Moved them down to targets 1, 2, and 3 because of the size of the trade. And soybeans is long. Significant difference in the trading price for August micro crude and September full crude. Over $1 difference. That's unusual. And I would typically expect the target 4 on Micro Russell. Trailer moves up to 260.9. And the unleaded trailer moves down. This is going to be a power quitting trade because it's a second money management trade for target 2. Target 1 was plus 69 ticks on their power quitting. We got 44 on the first one, 22 on the trailer. This one has 1082 to 1058. And 78.24. So it's got 48. We're going to be at least 82 ticks, or no, at least 92 ticks positive. And then we stop out there, so that's exactly where we are. 92 ticks positive and done on unleaded. 262.3 for the Micro Russell trailing stop. Crude is still in the game, right at its entry. Soybeans is still long. I will put unleaded where it belongs since it's done, and then bring back the Micro NQ trade on top of it. NQ chart. All 3 market indices headed up. There's a 1, 2, 3 bottom on the YM. YM pushed strong new session highs, and then the sellers took over, pulled it back over 100 points. And now it's heading back up. Micro NQ stops out 152.25. Win number 1. And there is a short trade. I think we would have had time to get into that. It's going to be a little iffy. Yeah. Yep, there's the hit. Definitely in it now. Came back up to us. Initially, we didn't have time to get into that. That's the case on a strong trending day, and I probably would recommend waiting for that to come back up and then down again to get in sync with that short trade. But I will follow as if it got in my regular get in sync. Micro Russell to 262.7. Final position there. Now, if we come back down, I definitely would be in this. 63.2 for the micro Russell. All right, that's our first trade that we're in, 9 o'clock session. And it's also our 10 o'clock session trade. Get in sync for the 10 o'clock, so we're hit. Micro Russell to 63.7. And crude testing the 50 EMA again. And we are definitely in the short on the micro NQ. That's come back down to the entry again. So no matter whether you wait for it to come back down or not, we are in this one. And all three indices are coming down now a little bit. Crude in the same trade for the 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. sessions. This is our only trade for the 9 a.m. session, and it's still not resolved. And it is also our 10 a.m. session trade would have gotten in sync after 10 o'clock. There's a new long trade on soybeans. We are already in the long. Although if that triggers, it will cancel the stop and reverse. We did hit the entry for the stop and reverse unadjusted, so it has remained in place. Oh, nice. Another nice push down. This is a nice market to be trading in. Market indices are giving some nice sustained moves. Crude takes a full stop out. 10 a.m. So the 9 a.m. session is a loser. Full stop puts us into a long on the 10 a.m. session. We need to get money management on micro NQ. $144.25 will be the stop. Still short. Micro Russell gave us a long trade at 60.2. We get there? Yeah, I would say that's avoidable at this point and hit the stop. Short trade now. That one's not avoidable. Money management on the Micro Russell. $56.2. There it is. We're still in the short. Target on the short on the Micro NQ. Win number 2. So we'll move down to target 3. We did hit the entry on the subsequent long trade, so the stop and reverse cancels. We're back to our original long, still in our original long. 10 a.m. crude mini session is in a long. All right. Oh, another stop and reverse on crude. $65.29. All right, we got a break even on the micro Russell. Stopped out for win number 2, and now we're in the long on the micro NQ. Looks like we stopped out right at the break even stop. All right, our entry for the long trade was right at the break even stop. So 2 wins on the micro NQ. 2 wins and a break even on the micro Russell. In the third trade on the micro NQ, soybeans approaching its session high again. It's been within 1. It's right now 2 away. Crude in the short. Crude picking up target 1. And a long trade on the micro Russell. Up a tick. It's going to be 58.6. Crude stop at 28. Micro NQ approaching target. Target 1, which is money management. There it is, money management. 144 3/4. Definitely in the micro Russell trade. And crude, that is trade number 3 of the 10 o'clock session. That stop hits the stop. So we get target 1 plus a tick. 2 down sessions again today. Not a nice day, but that's what happens sometimes. Unleaded getting positive on its session. YM positive on its session as well. One and done. Soybeans working on its session. Still in the original trade. There is target 1. Took a while to work out, but that is target 1. That will bring the stop to entry +1 or break even. Entry was 22 1/4, so we'll be at 22 1/2. And looking for target 2, but that will be that is a one and done. Will be a one and done session. Conclusion of this trade. So we're in the 4th trade on the micro Russell. In the 3rd trade, which is a win. So that's 3 wins on the micro NQ. One more win, and that trade plan will be complete. It's like we hit money management on micro Russell. So this will be trade number 4 will be at least a break even. We got 2 wins and a break even. We've had 3 no trades so far, or 3 avoidable trades. Initially too fast to execute, and then not coming back to the entries. So that target's in the wrong place. That should be up there. One win or 3 more trades on micro NQ after this one completes. This is the 3rd trade. And it is a winner already. Soybeans stop at 123 flat now. We are trailing the balance line. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We should be at 22.5 still. Let's see where the bounce. Signal line we're going to be trailing is, yeah. 22.5 is where we belong. That's the break-even stop for the subsequent long trade. That fooled me for a minute. And starting to trail on the micro NQ. Trailer at 160 flat. And we get a break-even stop. That's a second break-even, and now we go short on the micro Russell. I am in the micro Russell moving down again. And micro NQ looks like it may be moving down. Soybeans pushing in new highs at 127 flat. Soybeans, micro Russell, micro NQ. Our remaining three charts. Micro NQ stops out, so win number 3 is complete. Yeah, we'll move up to 23 flat on the close of this bar on soybeans. And that's a third break even on the micro Russell. 2 wins, 3 break evens, 1 trade remaining. I will be back momentarily. Long trade on the micro Russell. That did trigger in. There it goes. Needs a tick. 58.6. I've seen that one before. Final trade on micro Russell. Soybeans getting within 1 tick And this now we are at the 123 flat for the soybeans trailer. Now we got within one tick of 127.5 for target 2. I would move the stop for that position up to 125.5, target 1. Trade for profit. Still have target 2, target 3, and trail positions on soybeans. In the final trade on micro Russell, flat on the micro NQ, and there is target 1. So I would say that's a second position coming off at target 1 since we got within one tick of target 2. So we get 2 target 1s for 13 ticks. That's 26. That is 6.5 points. Trailer moves up to 23.25. We have 2 positions remaining, target 3 and the trailer. We'll move this up now to target 3. I did a trade for profit. When I missed target 2 by 1 tick, I brought the stop for that position only up to target 1. This is my first step. I don't want to risk coming all the way back to the trailing stop for the trade for that just 1 tick. Be right back. All right, final trade gets money management on Micro Russell. Nothing new yet on the Micro NQ. Soybean stalling a bit. I'll take this to about 11 o'clock. Definitely going to be a winning session on the Micro Russell. 2 wins and then 3 break evens. This trade is at least a break even for a 6th trade. $2,200 flat for target 3. Make this win number 3. No, I'm sorry, not 22. It's 2260 flat. All right, back to money management on Micro Russell. Soybeans still hanging around target 1. And Micro NQ is flat. Looks like we got within 2 ticks of target on Micro Russell. Just finding quite a bit of resistance there. All right, there is target 3. Stop moves up. So this is win number 3. 57.4 for the stop. We'll move the target up to 4. Target 4. 60.8. And there it is, target 4. Another stop move to 57.9. Soybeans pulling back toward the stop. Micro Russell going again. 58.4. All right. Stopping out on the micro Russell, so that trade is done. That trade plan is done. 3 wins, 3 break evens. Still flat on the micro NQ. We're still in our original long on the soybeans trade. And it's 11 o'clock. Soybeans is going to be done when this trade is finished. So that will just leave the micro NQ. So I am going to call it a morning. That will wrap up the week for the room. We will see everybody back next week. Regular sessions at 9:30 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 10:30 Wednesday for the crude oil inventory session. Everybody have a good one. See you next week.